Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Alright, so this video is going to talk about Tove. How strong is she? Is she worth pulling? Alright, lots of things to talk about for sure. There's a new event featuring her, a lone survivor. Very cool, interesting, refreshing story, at least for me, in my perspective, right? So let's talk about her. But first things first, if you guys are not aware, upcoming, there's a new mission pass. They will feature Noir's costume, and that is going to be this particular costume right here. Alright, so this is going to be the Black Rabbit, Helicon Days. Very good design. So if you guys still are yet to purchase the current mission pass, which features Private's skin, Noir's one, you know, you might consider, you guys could consider this. Alright, so this is actually not bad. So with that being said, let's talk about this. Wish me luck. One tap. 4%, 2%, 4%. %. 4%.
Don't you know? There's a
4%.
fine line between pleasure and pain.
2%. Okay, let's see.
Right.
2%. 2%. That's all you need, right?
Your order.
Okay, time to test it. Now, Tove's kit can be a little bit difficult to understand, so I'm going to try my best to explain it to you guys. First things first, we gotta jump into her skill 1. So her skill 1 is the most important skill. That's going to be her main issue, or where the issue lies, is you need to get this 5% chance up. So notice, emergency crafted bullets, there's a 5% chance of activating when you attack, right? So this is going to give you these emergency crafted bullets where you can reload 5% of the magazines. So this affects yourself as Tove. Once you activate this, which is 5% chance, remember 5%, you also affects all your allies and get this buff called the temporary modification, where everybody's max ammo capacity increased by 2. And also, this can stack. So ideally you want to activate this 5% chance 3 times. You gotta stack this, and this lasts up to 5 seconds. So even if you can stack, you need it to proc 5% within 5 seconds for it to basically stack 3 times, because there's a lot of instances where this will just go away because you're not able to get that stack up to 3 times. Like after 2 times, you can stack this up to 2 times, and if you don't proc the third 5% when you attack, or when you're still reloading, you basically just lose the stack, it goes back to 0. So that's going to be the big issue. So you get critical damage as well, that's fair and all. So why is this important? Because if you don't get 3 stacks, you're not going to be able to get this particular skill 2. Alright, skill 2 comes in, modification successful. Only activates when temporary modification, which is this one, the skill 1, alright, is fully stacked. So you gotta get 3 stacks. So affects all allies, everybody's critical rate increased by 3.32%, and also every allies which is a shotgun will get their attack speed increased by 42%. This is a lot of increased attack speed, ideally. A lot. But again, the condition to fulfill this is going to depend on you if you are able to get these 3 stacks in general. So that's something to keep in mind. And also the burst skill relies on the first 2 skills, right? So Miracle of Makeshifts affects all allies. So increase everybody's attack by 2% of the caster's attack, and mirrors the stack count of temporary modification. And this effect lasts for 10 seconds. So what is the temporary modification? Which is basically the skill 1 where the max ammo capacity increase, and this is going to stack 3 times. Now if you can stack 3 times, it mirrors it 3 times. So you get 6 stacks pretty much. However, if you only get 1 stack, so it mirrors it when you use burst, so you get 2 stacks. So depends on RNG. Again, one more issue right here. So one more kit of a burst skill is affects all allies with a shotgun, right? Miracle of Makeshifts attack increased by 24% of caster's attack. Very cool. If you are a shotgun user, you get lots of buffs, and it also mirrors the count of temporary modification. Again, it needs this max ammo capacity. You know, she will be able to basically mirror this times 2 of this. Alright, so if you get 3 stacks, now you get 6 stacks. Now let's talk a little bit about a few of the shotgun users right now. The strongest shotgun user right now is going to be Swimsuit Anise. So she's probably one of the best character in the game in terms of damage dealer. Now she is a limited character though, so you can't really obtain her anymore, Anise Sparkling Summer. However, her mechanic relies upon last bullet mechanic. So you can see activates when firing the last bullet. So that means you want to reduce her ammo capacity, not increase her ammo capacity. Which means Tove is not going to synergize very well with Swimsuit Anise. So let's show you guys the first testing result here with Tove versus Swimsuit Anise, and also versus someone like Viability, which can reduce Swimsuit Anise's max ammo capacity by a ton, right? Lost way more rockets. She's counterproductive. She is counterproductive. Actually, it's not that far apart, it feels like. But that's only if you have a super invested Tove. Super invested. If you're trying to build a Swimsuit Anise comp, Tove, I guess it's decent. Not the best. So this one I tried with Noir. Actually, yeah, Swimsuit Anise doesn't really... Not really best in that team. So with Dorothy and with... What's the name? Put Priority in. We do way more, 87 million. You can see Anise do way more. This one I still have Noir in. Noir is also a big issue because she increased the shotgun ammo. Even though this one has Dorothy and Priority. So yeah, based on this result, you can see Tove, Viper, Anise, Noir, Drake, we got 18 million damage. Alright. So if I were to take out Drake for Priority, and then I put Tove for Dorothy, we do get less. We do get 75. But Noir is the factor here that makes Anise not able to unleash her true potential because it still increases Anise's ammo capacity. Swapping out Noir for Drake, that solves the issue. 87 million. So if you're building a Swimsuit Anise comp, Tove is not needed. Alright, just to be clear. Now how about a regular shotgun composition? Alright, something with Sugar, Drake, you know, and maybe Noir in this case. So let's test it out. I'm going to show you guys Tove versus Liter. We're going to turn on the scope lock, so this will maximize everybody and bring them to core 7. However, I will be using the provided Tove right here, because this Tove that you can test will have a skill level of 10. Alright, skill level 10 is going to be crucial. You cannot put a cube, however. So I'm going to test with this, and then we're going to compare with Liter afterwards. So let's go. Okay, you can see right here, right? If I'm able to get 3 bullets. Oh man, I wasn't able to proc that often. Come on, give me 3 bullets. 2, 3. So everybody gets 3, then Sugar gets 3. That's a lot of attack speed. Noir got 3. He only lasts for 5 seconds. Okay. So 79 million with Tove. I'm gonna use this same team. Alright. I'm gonna take Tove out and put Liter and see who is better. Now keep in mind, I'll be using my own Liter. Alright. My Liter, however, is skill 777. However, I do have overload gears and I have cube. Alright, I can put cube on Liter. Okay, so let's see. Bam. Okay, so this is the same team with Liter instead of Tove. So here's the thing. If you are running a shotgun comp, alright, specifically, like I'm using Sugar, alright, Noir, and Drake to test, alright, these 3 characters. Obviously, if you have Isabel and whatever, you can try that out as well. But so far, with these 3, and of course I put Blanc in there as well. So the only difference will be Liter versus Tove. Tove did more damage overall, 79 million, compared to Liter at 76 million. You can see in these particular testing results, they both did about same, 10 point something million, right? So the difference would be in Blanc did here more here with Liter, right? As you can see, 9 million, because Liter buffs everyone, whereas Tove don't really buff Blanc as much, alright? But when it comes to the shotgun users, you can see it starts ramping up, right? So Sugar did way more with a Tove team composition compared to a Liter. Same applies for Blanc, alright? 19 versus 18, and same applies for Drake. Now, 3 shotgun users combined, that difference would be able to beat out Blanc's difference in that case. Now, this is in theory, based on my testing, that if you can proc enough of the skill 1 consistently. Obviously, it's still RNG. Sometimes I do get 85 million occasionally. It does change from time to time actually. I can even reach 90 million with the same team, alright, using Tove. However, there's too much RNG, alright, there's too much RNG, which brings me to Tove's biggest problem. Skill investment, alright? So like I said, her skill is going to be 5% at level 9 or level 10. However, look at mine. Mine is currently skill level 4. And at level 4, the emergency crafted bullets is only 3%. So, which is why I didn't use mine in testing, because I don't proc this as much. But if you were to able to increase this to level 6, 7, you'll become 4%, and then at level 9 it'll become 5%. Alright? So as you can see from this particular screenshot right here, at level 10, she does become 5%. Alright? So 5% is still a little bit low because this particular buff is only 5 seconds. So there's a lot of occasion where you reach 2 stacks and then the 5 seconds timer runs out and then it goes back to 0 stacks. So it's going to be something that's very inconsistent. You are going to get good results in some cases, you will be getting bad results in some cases. So that's going to be a thing, right? So that's a big issue of her. Very skill investment heavy. She might also need better overload gears because of this, right? The max ammo. Now in case there's some of you guys who are wondering why I always use Blanc in burst 2, she's not a shotgun user, why don't I use other shotgun user, right? Whatever shotgun user that I try to put in Blanc's place will never beat out her score. This is the best. If you're using Nor, you gotta use Blanc because Blanc is the strongest amplifier, damage amplifier in the game. Yeah, no shotgun user is going to be able to overtake Blanc, even with Tove's buff. Ideally, in a lot of situations, shotgun team's concept sounds really interesting on paper, but against a lot of bosses, especially in solo raids, it's not going to be overall a very good thing to consider. Now the reason why is because when you are fighting bosses in solo raids or in union raids, there's a lot of boss which has a lot of raid circles for you to hit. And sometimes they have mechanics where the raid circle is next to a white circle. And you ideally want to hit the red circle and not hit the white circle. And if you use shotgun, you're going to hit both. And that sequence is going to fail. You're going to get destroyed by these bosses. And even though after testing, she can be better than Litter as a burst 1 buffer, specifically for a shotgun comp team, I still think she's not someone that you want to prioritize pulling for now. Litter is still going to be much more flexible. Dorothy is still going to be much more flexible throughout, because you might not only want to run a shotgun team all the time, alright? You want to mix, sometimes you want to put like a assault rifle or sniper rifle, and in that case, Dorothy and Litter is going to be much more flexible. So for any new players out there who are watching this, you should not consider Tove at all, alright? Unless you like her design and just looking to collect the characters. But if you're looking more for meta purposes, it's going to be hard to make her work unless you have plenty of shotgun characters already. Like more for veteran players, I would say, in general. Now in PvP, let's talk a little bit about this. She has a lot of issues. I thought she's going to shine in PvP because it looks like she can buff shotgun users. However, again, the proc is a thing. If you don't proc this this percentage thing, you're not going to be able to benefit from the increased attack speed for your shotgun users. And therefore, by the time enemy will most likely going to burst you down first compared to you bursting them down first. In most cases, it's better off just using a rocket launcher unit, to be honest, to get the burst gauge faster. You know, whoever that bursts in PvP first is going to win the battle most of the time. So that's ideally my review for Tove. This is day 1 review. Again, usually this does go line in line with a lot of things that I feel like she has more issues than she has benefits right now. Maybe in the future, there's like meta shotgun users that comes out that like can rival Red Hood, Scarlet, etc. Then maybe she's going to be a very strong character. But for now, I would say she's keepable. Plus, she's going to be available in the standard ticket banner thing. You can always like wishlist her later on, right? So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.